What kinds of claims, first of all, are available to a homeowner as against a contractor or architect?
Well, I think probably the most substantial problems are that the project takes too long or it costs too much money. Those are the things that are problems from the owner's perspective. The owner believes that they signed a contract for X number of dollars and the project should be delivered for X number of dollars. But almost always things cost more and take more time than they should. So I think that that's, from the owner's perspective, that's the most common problem. Probably the second most common problem, or the way it manifests, the way it happens, is that at the end of the job, the contractor says, well, here's a change order for $50,000. All these things that I did on the project, because you said go ahead and do those, but you didn't, but when you agreed to that, you didn't know it was going to cost $50,000.
And you indicated last week that any change orders ought to be in writing.
Yes.
Assuming that the change orders did in fact occur and that the contractor did in fact make these changes and they were verbally talked about but never in writing, does the owner have to pay the contractor?
Well, the California licensing law in the Business and Professions Code actually says that home improvement contracts, number one, are supposed to be in writing. And if you go to the website that we talked about last week, the cslb.ca.gov, it actually will send you to a place about how to work with a home improvement contractor. And it provides you what the required elements are, one of which is that the contract be in writing and also that any change orders are required to be in writing. Now, the law does say that in the event that there is no written change order, that the contractor may still be able to recover under a different legal theory.
Quantum merit, probably?
Right, or unjust enrichment.
Yeah.
The theory that the contractor shouldn't be convinced by the owner to do work and then the owner essentially cheat the contractor out of the value of that work.
But writing would be probably
much better.
Much better and much surer. Okay. How about an architect? Does the same thing apply?
I'm not sure. I believe there is a requirement of a written agreement. I don't think it gets as clear as it being about change orders. What typically happens with an architect is that the architect has basic services and then it has additional services. And the contract will usually identify what the rate is to be paid for additional services.
I want to get back to a subject that we touched on last week, which is mechanics lien, because I think this is a subject of great importance to our viewers. What is, once a mechanics lien is filed against the property, what can I do as an owner to get rid of it?
Well, the first thing is to ask the contractor to release it. If there's a payment dispute, the contractor may not be willing to do that. Civil Code Section 3154 of California law has a process by which the owner can go to court to get that lien canceled. So that what happens is you serve the contractor with the papers. The contractor has to appear in court to explain why he hasn't released the lien, and then the judge will sign an order which gets recorded with the county recorder's office,
and that
which releases the lien.